Ohayo, my name is Minomitoko and welcome to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, part 38. Now, I was wrong last time. That wasn't the last episode, but I think now it's the right time to say that this is probably the last episode. I'm still not sure though, and depending on what you want me to do to gather the other endings or not, this will be or won't be the last episode. Also, I went back and checked in the last episode this thing with Junpei vision and Akane vision, which is indicated on the top right corner of the screen. And the first time this happened, it didn't indicate anything at all. So it still might be either Junpei or June who is 0. But we can't really say for sure this time. So we're back in the incinerator. And Akane, young Akane, is also in an incinerator, but we're in Junpei vision now. So, holy shit. Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting. Santa started the incinerator.
Yep. Like I aced it 9 years ago.
Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about?
Calm down, Lotus. We're gonna explain everything to you afterwards, not now.
It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments. You aren't making any sense.
Not now, not now.
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Just trust us.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
That was a quick minute.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn.
That's what Santa said. No, your brother. No, it was your brother. Or was it Santa? One of the two.
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, God damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
Why 7 and not Junpei or Clover or Snake?
What? Why me?
Yeah, why he?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
Well, we can
How the
try.
hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
Outside, probably. Yes. Inside, I don't know.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
He was in here 9 years ago.
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. Oh. We have something in here. What else can I say about it, but...
What the hell is that?
It's a device of some sort.
What is that?
And
What is that?
we're in Akane vision right now. What else could I say? The floor opened and the machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, a cross-shaped device of some kind. You're talking about this, I think. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. I finally reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. Poor Akane. Junpei vision. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kinda freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but kinda seeing it drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Oh, Lotus. Gah. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you get to shove people
It's
around.
turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Lotus is a genius hacker, or IT specialist, whatever. She doesn't look it, though. Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Hey! Huh? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
A Switch? I hope it's not a Nintendo Switch. But what is this supposed to be?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
Yeah, it does. But what kind of puzzle? It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
But there's no clues around. Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Minutes are just trickling by as if they were, I don't know, raindrops falling from the sky. Shit, 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Junpei had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
That's Ace, right? It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face. A frightening, evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Oh, don't know what to do.
Ace, if you were standing in front of me right now, I would certainly punch you. I probably wouldn't stand a chance against you, but I certainly would try to punch you in some way or another. He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
Simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
I mean, I'm not a violent person, but sometimes I just feel the need to punch someone in the face. I haven't done it in real life though. Well, I slapped some guys. I've never punched someone really hard in the face though. Well, maybe by accident during martial arts practice or at some other event, but never intentionally. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back hot tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Apart from the fact that I really want to punch him right now. Young Akane's voice sounds a lot like Clover's voice. I'm not quite sure though.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
Okay, I'm not quite sure if we should trust you there, but he has a point there.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Before Hongo left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1 and the second is 3.
4.
Say, Akane, what's your number?
It's still 5 then? I looked down at my left hand. The face on my bracelet showed a 5. Oh wait! Oh. It's 5. Yeah, it's 5 this time. But June is now 6. So a 5 communicating with a 5? In the future? Because Junpei is the new 5, right? I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. Nope.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Wait a second. Wait a second. Ace himself programmed the specific red in this specific way. 9 years later, he just grabs Lotus, the 9th man's bracelet and his bracelet, and scans them into the same red, and somehow anticipates that the door is going to open? I'm not quite sure about that.
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
So wait, you're some kind of genius then?
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
Well, there's no one in the other building.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
This is just so freaking cruel. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
Okay, so that was 3 minutes then. I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered through my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Junpei had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both my hands and prayed.
Help me! Junpei! Help me! Help me! Help me! Junpei! 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 Please! Help me! Junpei!
And
Akane?
back to Junpei vision, and she established a connection. Finally.
Akane!
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clore and Snake have an idea though. Clore is looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Just... where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck! Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Junpei?
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. He wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there.
Junpei?
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
So now we're going to switch back and forth between the two. I didn't know you could communicate like that over the morphogenetic field.
Junpei!
That's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Where's the rest of the line? Not there, apparently. Akane, are you in an incinerator?
Yes, I am!
You get what I wanted to say.
How did you know?
I couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
From 9 years ago. I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Back to Akane vision.
Junpei, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
And I do. I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the Nonary Game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god, this is insane! Yes, it is. Indeed. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Akane Kurashiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. And I still don't freaking know how all of this is possible. Because Akane Kurashiki should have died that day 9 years ago. But somehow she survived, became 0, and initiated all of this. And now we also know why Santa played along, because of course he wanted to help his sister. So that's there, but I still don't know how Akane survived, or why any of that happened here. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what. Then stop thinking and get to work. Thanks.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
Okay. The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know. Just hang on, all right? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, all right? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Well, you only have a few minutes.
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. A snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
We need to solve this, trust me.
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order, so I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I'll just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Why is with your own mind marked like this? I don't think you can solve it with your own mind. Well, you're a transmitter, I know, and she's a receiver. But somehow it works both ways? Apparently yes. So I hope there isn't a timer here, because then I'm effed. Okay, so we need to switch panels around. Give me the hint. Wait, what? When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots on the grid. They're all single digits. I get the feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? Yeah, well, how does this work? Oh wait, so you're just taking all of this in, like 8 plus 1 equals 9, and 3 plus 6 equals 9 too. But this... No, and that doesn't match up either. Okay, it must have something to do with the digital root, of course, because it's a Nonary game. So do I need to create 9s all over? So now everything reads 9. Do we? What about this then? When I flip the... yeah... Does it mean they're supposed to match? Maybe I need to make... yeah, I did that. Yeah, if I switch out a yellow square, the numbers are showing... la 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 la, yeah. I know, so... do I need to make this the same number? Wait, what? I just was randomly toggling the hint section, and then it said, like, when I reset, then something lines up at the bottom, in the bottom squares. It looks kind of like it should be a word. Reset. It should be a word. I'm getting too confused. Yeah. I just did that. I need to find the password. Wait, are you suggesting that this thing down here is a password? Wait, every second slot is a number. No. Seriously? Is the password actually a password? Because look. Password. Seriously? Please enter password. Yeah, now? It said... Is it 9? Is it... Password? Nine? Do I even need to fill out everything? Let's just try. What?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, achievement unlocked. Is that your final answer? What the heck? Also, was this the same puzzle as in the original DS version? I don't think so. They've changed something around here.
Akane, did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did! Now I just have to press enter!
Yes, press enter.
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay, I will!
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed.
Yes! We did it!
Incineration system has been disabled.
We saved her. And everybody else, that is. So...
Jumpy!
we did it!
It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down! It worked!
Teehee. Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were a very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I'd had left disappeared, and I collapsed to the floor. For a while, I just lay there, laughing and crying, enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst. So you really loved him, then. But is the Junpei you love from 9 years ago or from the present? Because that would be a little creepy. I can't quite believe I did that. But I am so glad. So glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. It's not shit, but... yeah, you should be probably thinking about something else. Also, that wasn't the shutdown message, was it? I need to tell Akane.
Akane, Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Like a phone? Sorry, I'm gonna have to hang up now. Clonk.
Oh, of course, that's fine.
Never to be connected again or whatever. I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded vigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. Then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were the two bracelets Hongo had left behind. Scan them. Well, scan yourself into it too.
Now.
Well, Seven and Lotus don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Ah, shut it.
Well, those two never experienced that kind of thing, so I guess they're a little bit confused. Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what if I haven't pressed the enter key yet? Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait indeed. What? I thought you already pressed the enter key. And you yelled at Akane that she should press it? What?
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
Okay, wait and do it. What the heck? Why?
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
No shit, Sherlock.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough. Just hit it again. And destroy the whole equipment with it. And again. And again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes. It's perfect. So why the fuck isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Thanks for the reminder. Wait, of course. That's what the number showed up after puzzle mean. Scan. Snake, Clover, me, Seven and Lotus. And then door 9. Yeah, hurry up. No, that's it. The number on the door isn't a 9. It's not? It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit, of course! Then we just have to put the right number into the red and...
Incineration will begin in
What did it show again?
30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit. I don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can just trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain. Just go.
Quick! Verify your numbers on the red!
All of you.
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All!
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds.
Come on, guys! 8, 7,
7,
6.
5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Central gate has been opened.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Incineration system has been disabled.
That was anticlimactic. Oh, wow. Oh, thank fucking Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go!
Go! Move it! Flag it. Out of there. Up. They're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And where's the dad? You need to deactivate your bracelets and your bombs inside your stomachs. No, don't come down yet. You're not done. We still gotta find the dad. Well, that was quick. That was quick. And stressful.
Shit.
Yep, indeed.
Looks like we made it, huh?
We finally made it. Man, that guy sure can laugh when he wants to. Looks like Chloe and Lotus are totally out of energy. Snake is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane? Akane! Can you hear me?
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her how good I feel. But... nothing. Oh, we get Akane vision back. Why is this so calm over here? And why was it stressful 9 years later? The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone from screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
Oh, they seem so happy together. Your bracelet, it's still going. It's still going. Akane, you need to do something about this. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle. I hadn't felt the warmth of another human body in what had seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever. But I couldn't. The moment I'd passed through the door, my bracelets had begun to count down to death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dad only a short distance away. I hope you brought all the bracelets with you. It took me only a moment to get to and scan all the bracelets. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. Oh wow. I thought she just was going to enjoy being in her brother's arms forever and not realizing that her bracelet was counting. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective, who recalled 7 in 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here.
What? I mean, you certainly heard the voice that said incinerator process shutdown or something like that, right? So you should have anticipated that something was happening. And Ace isn't interfering at all. Something seems fishy
If we
here.
don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Yep. Aoi was right. It was time we got moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar Seven and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. What was that? Ah, Junpei vision. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, no wonder we're running so hard. My heart's beating so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. What about Ace and Santa? And Akane? Where is she? Huh? Is Seven talking?
Hey, Junpei, can I ask you something?
Ooh, Lotus, you boobs. Holy cow.
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red.
Because we were all in there?
2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8.
Yep.
It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Ah.
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10.
Yep.
B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
Wait, so it was the letter G then?
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same. So I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16.
So it wasn't a G.
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19,
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22.
N is 23, O is 24, P is 25.
Ah, it's a Q then.
And what comes after that?
How did you figure that out so fast though, Junpei?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear, any moment now I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell of my body is dying for air. Damn, every breath I take is a chore now. And wait, Snake could run up and down those stairs quite fine 9 years ago. I feel my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. No, I can't stop. Don't have time. Come on, Lex, there can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run like a bullet down a rifled barrel. Yeah, well, the only exception is it goes up, and you could possibly look up and determine approximately how much more you have to run, right? Like a tornado cutting through a sea of clouds. I feel like we're running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally! The exit? Jesus, I can barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together. You're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Do that, please.
Yes. We're finally here!
Please do.
Sure, you're like a big boy. Heavy door. But you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. Why are you so sure that she's on the other side? You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. Oh, maybe the future Akane is somewhere around here. But how did she disappear though, all of a sudden? And we're back to young Akane vision. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. He gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy, I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace, and not only because my brother and I were back together again. Thanks to the huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped were finally able to escape from the gigantic. In a boat. Cool. On a distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. Well, I hope you better get away from that as far and quickly as possible. Because when this thing sinks, like, it has a tendency to suck down more from the surrounding area. So, better get away from that as quick as you can. It gave a thunderous roar as it finally slipped beneath the waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Or was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. That wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was only a prologue to what would happen in 9 years. True that. True that. So what happens on the other side then? There we go. Yes! Finally! Air! Damn, the sun is bright. I can barely see anything. I gotta admit, this doesn't quite look like... Wait.
No way.
You've gotta be shitting me.
What?
It can't be.
This is...
They are in Nevada. In the desert.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
Yep. Well, how would you get away from there, though?
the mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in building Q.
So, at least they didn't have enough money or time or whatever to bring back up the sunken ship, of course. So they just used building Q in the desert. But, how exactly did they get into this building? Sure enough, that's a desert out there with mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Boy, am I ever glad to see you. I don't think I have ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh? Did I just hear something fall? The bracelets. Right, our bracelets. I guess I never really got a good look at the underside of one of these. Let's see what's inside you. Just a little electronic chip like in an ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. Well, the detonator is supposed to be inside of your body, isn't it? There was never a detonator to begin with. And also with a little chip. This thing could have like wireless signals or something. You never know, right? Figures.
Akane.
She never wanted anybody to be killed.
Jumpy.
Oh, there we go. Huh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about the girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. So I can't do anything more here, because when I just press a button, it doesn't do anything. So this is the ending. We did it in 37 episodes. Or no, 38. Good gosh. And like I played through it about 5 to 8 years ago. So something like that. And it's just like back then, I don't know, I also don't think I got all the relevant endings there. But I know that I got the true ending somehow. Also, there wasn't like a flowchart or something integrated there. So you basically as a player, you had no idea where you will be ending up. So in this remaster version, it's quite nice to see that they added a flowchart to it. Also updated graphics and voice acting. And I think the voice acting really adds a little more to it. Oh, little Junpei. So yeah, I was quite glad that there was voice acting in here, so I didn't need to read all of it. Although for the first ending I enabled Japanese voiceover, which was quite hilarious at sometimes because the translation wasn't always... Well, sometimes it was accurate and sometimes not so much, and a little bit confusing. Oh.
Are you okay?
Oh, little Junpei.
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town as the sun slowly
How
set.
does it look then?
He was half serious and half joking. I thought about it for a minute first.
Well, let's see.
He got beaten up really bad.
It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and growing.
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless.
Well, with a look like that, yes.
You can't beat 5 8th graders, Junpei. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Well, maybe you didn't, depending on the situation. Oh, they got a car. Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing was pretty smooth ride. Sure was nice of someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition and gas in the tank. Almost like it was a present, you know? Well, if Akane really was Zero, then she wouldn't want them to be stuck in there forever. Anyway, we jumped in, and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Lotus is over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the back seat here. I still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun!
Clover drives this thing! Oh, good gosh. Well, she has the most energy left, probably.
This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Are you guys really sure you should let her drive?
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, alright? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, alright? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
Huh? How? Why?
He doesn't have an international license.
Ah.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up.
Are you perhaps getting motion sick easily? Well, if Clover's driving, then probably not.
And Clover, there's no need to slow down.
Oh yes, Lotus, go for
The
it.
car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Okay,
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out.
so you're just following them.
There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
And what about Ace?
Sure thing.
Did they knock him unconscious? Oh shit! God damn it, she doesn't have to drive so fast. Man, I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're sure throwing up a lot of dust. Back to Akane Vision. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior high students. They'd been hiding in the bushes on the back of one of the hills, drenching Akane in gasoline. Oh yes, he had to do something about that. Now I get it. The moment we saw what they were doing, Junpei ran up to them, furious.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. He quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. I caught it and ran for the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All he found was Junpei, sprawled on the ground with a face covered in big, swelling lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where a tooth had fallen out.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Well, seems like you weren't that successful.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
What?
Oh, you mean the bunnies.
Oh, I think that story was a long time ago, not?
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits.
Oh.
I couldn't forgive them for that, so I...
That's just cruel.
Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course, they probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gitaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary project?
He wanted to test the morphogenic field theory? Question mark.
Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Oh, you found him? Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty. No emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he even cares what happens to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get the tape off your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces.
What?
I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces.
Well, that's a noble goal. But the execution wasn't nothing like that, actually. Also, what lets you think that gaining access to the morphogenetic field makes you see faces?
By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
Maybe, maybe not.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that as well.
Huh?
You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough out of you, pal. Time for the tape to go back on.
So what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little
Well,
noisy.
my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up.
Well, you did catch him now.
During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Gordain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Oh, you want to say something, Ace? Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you gotta behave.
What?
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck.
Okay.
There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae.
And that means?
I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparin.
Ah.
Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
So wait, that happened after the Nonary Game. Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tips going back on, Hongo. The rest of my questions can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride. Good thing to do.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is, for you, doll. His name is Junpei.
What? Junpei pulled something out of his pocket and shoved out his arm toward me. In his hand was a doll made of yarn small enough to fit in his palm.
Jumpy, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for.
Scratch, scratch. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
Well, you know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much?
No.
I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know,
Oh, you really like her too.
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
So this takes place before the Nonary game, the first one.
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe.
Mm-hmm.
This doll, traditional charm of tribe.
Well, young Junpei sounds a lot like older Junpei.
So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Jumpy.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are.
Oh, that's what established your connection.
So here, take.
Take! I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell onto June's tiny yarn body.
Oh, Jumpy. I'll never forget you. I promise.
Jumpy looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was a beautiful crimson red as it melted down towards the horizon. The last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat, bathed in the warm light of the evening, just the two of us, leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the lights of the town began to flicker on. Oh, such a nice scene. Back to the desert. There's still one thing I don't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Akane. 9 years ago, she died in the incinerator on the Gigantic. But she's still alive now, as June. Yeah, see, that's the biggest question I have here. So, I hope we're going to get a good answer out of this game. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic field set and saved her 9 years ago? Alright, let's say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then how do I make sense of what 7 remembers? Snake makes sense. He's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. But 7? He said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Or wait, maybe it's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. And that being, was what you told me the truth, 7? You look satisfied. No way. He couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there. There's somebody next to the road.
Work together with Santa?
What?
Akane? Alice? What? How? Okay, we're... It doesn't say Junpei or Akane vision, so I'm guessing we're in the present. The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down on her head. The desert around her rippled with heat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would not be long before Junpei realized who she was. From behind it looked like Alice. And you're just going to end on me like this? Really? Oh, well, don't forget your towel. Is the achievement that I unlocked just by this. Yeah, I'm gonna save afterwards. But holy cow. That was an adventure. And it turns out I misremembered quite a lot from my first playthrough on the Nintendo DS. And also, I'm pretty sure they changed the last puzzle around. I'm pretty sure they did that. But yeah, we didn't get a decent answer. Why Akane is still alive? I mean, you could be like, there was a split in the timelines, but then that wouldn't make sense. What, like Snake remembered? Seven remembered? Why Santa was there? I have no idea. I have no idea how to explain this because, well, Junpei was like, oh, well, seven, maybe seven, but like Santa saw it too, right? But what did they see exactly? They never, and it got never stated in the game what they saw exactly. So it could have been anything. And the woman at the end just now, like that was Alice, right? But what's Alice doing here? She shouldn't exist according to Ace if we can trust him. And that's just more questions. More questions and more questions are popping up in my head right now. And I don't know if I should like talk about them or not. But I think you as a viewer have tons of questions too in your head right now. So I'll be happy to discuss all of that down in the comments below. Also what you thought of this game. This game for me is like, it's kind of one of my favorite games, but not in the top 10, I would say. In the top 10, of course, Legend of Legaia and some Final Fantasies are up there. But not this one, but it's still one of my favorites. And I really liked it, especially with the remake it got now. But like, hearing and seeing the discrepancy between some of the characters, in between the language translations, that was also really hilarious to see. Good gosh. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, the Tamaboko incident where they, like, it's a fish cake thingy. And it looks like just a regular cake, I guess. But like a bread-ish cake. Well, they also could have called it bread and not tamaboko, or at least cake. So things like that, we're just like, what are you guys doing in the localization team and stuff? But of course, I guess people who play this, well, no. Well, yes, because no. I mean, did all of this take place in Japan? Or, well, of course it was building Q. But I think to an English player it's not quite clear where this game takes place in the end. In Japan? Is the setting Japan? Is the setting the US? Europe? Australia or whatever, something else in Japan. I think that wasn't quite clear, because I think they pretended to be British or like American or whatever. So that also doesn't quite add up. But other than that, I enjoyed the puzzles. They were sometimes quite challenging, but they didn't fix one of the main problems I have with this game, that you need to click on things multiple times sometimes to get all the information out of those things. Well, like, you can't just click once on that thing and get all the information out of that. No, you need like to click 5 to 10 times on a particular thing to get all the information about it out. And that's something I didn't like, because I got stuck of that a lot of the times, because in my head I kind of had an idea how the puzzle should be solved, because, well, I obviously played the game a few years back, but like, I knew the end result, but I didn't know in the end how to get there, because I needed to click multiple times on one particular thing. And that was quite frustrating sometimes. So yeah, I'm just glad that this project is done for now. As I said in the last episode, if you want me to get all the other endings, then just let me know in the comments below and I will get those too on camera. I probably will get the other endings for myself in my spare time, but not necessarily on camera, unless you really want me to get them on camera. And what comes after this project I do not know yet, so I'll just surprise you, I'll just surprise myself with all of this. So thanks everybody so much for tagging along, for watching, for being here, discussing in the comments. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay true to yourselves.